New at noon, Minnesota's governor unveiled his plans to prevent gun violence in the state this morning. During a press conference at the state capitol, Walz was joined by legislative leaders and others, including Annunciation Catholic Church shooting survivor Lydia Kaiser. The governor said his proposal includes a ban on military-style assault rifles, high-capacity magazines, safe storage requirements, reporting your weapons when they're lost or stolen, and closing the ghost gun loophole, among other things.
These are things that data shows us will protect lives, will stop some of these things from happening, and will strengthen what we already have.
The Democratic governor's proposal could face an uphill battle in a divided legislature, though. Republicans have previously signaled that they're unwilling to consider gun control measures. Today, though, Walz said he is open to compromise. You can find much more on Walz's proposals on our website and mobile app. We're also working to hear how our Northland Republicans feel about it all. More on that coming up later tonight.